Bonjour et bienvenue à la nouvelle édition de Français pour les anciens étudiants d'espagnol. Aujourd'hui, on va discuter les pronoms disjonctifs. So today we are going to be talking about disjunctive pronouns. Vous aurez besoin de votre cahier, bien sûr, et un crayon ou un stylo. Puis, tournez la prochaine page. Pour moi, c'est la page 35. Pour vous, c'est possible que c'est une autre page. So it's possible that you are on another page. If our numbers don't line up, that's okay too. So, comme toujours, la date, pour moi, c'est le 13, 11, 16. And these are disjunctive. Disjunctive, which is the really fancy term. Sometimes you'll hear them called stress pronouns. Okay? So we have disjunctive or stress pronouns. Now, what are these? In French, I like to joke sometimes in class that they're stress pronouns because they give us some stress because we're trying to learn something new. And quite honestly, these are very easy. So what is a stress pronoun? It is easiest to think about a stress pronoun in this case being a pronoun that's not used as the subject of a sentence. Okay? So in English, what are the stress pronouns en anglais? So in English we have me, you, him, her, it, us, you, and them. And one of the ways I like to think about using these pronouns are if someone asks you the question, who likes ice cream? And you immediately raise your hand in class and scream me. Or if the teacher said, who did that or who said that, and you pointed to the person next to you and you said him or her. Okay? So these are some of the ways to think about using these pronouns. Now, it's interesting because these don't really exist in Spanish, but it would be a disservice to tell you they don't exist at all. So, en español, N-E-S-P-A-G-N-O-L. In español, we have two of them. And you might remember that they are mi and ti. And you've probably seen them used in gusta expressions. A mí no me gusta la pizza. Completely a lie, but it's the first thing that came to mind. A mí no me gusta la pizza. A ti te gustan los libros, and you like books. Okay, so these are places where you would have seen me and ti used. And you might also remember that you would use these in a slightly different way if you had the expression con. So, I'm coming, vengo contigo, and this was all one word. Sorry, my bad handwriting. Vengo contigo a la playa. That I'm coming with you to the beach, so contigo. You are coming with me, vienes conmigo al cine. That I'm coming with you to the beach, and that should be all one word. And you are coming with me to the cinema or to the movies. Okay? So pretty easy. We've seen something like this in Spanish. Now what ends up happening in French is that these words don't quite take the form that you think that they should. However, we do have kind of almost the exact same thing that we have in English. Okay? So, en français, we have moi, which means me. We have toi, which means you, but only for the to form. We have lui, which means him. We have elle, which means her. Now, technically en français, and I don't know if your textbook went over this one or not, but we have soi, which is kind of like well, it's the pronoun that takes the place of on. Okay? Sometimes it takes the place of lui and elle, but in general, think of it as taking the place of soi, of on, sorry. And then over here we have a couple of multi-purpose words. We have nous, which can also be translated as us, and you'll find that nous and vous en français are simply multi-purpose. They don't have another form. Nous and vous are nous and vous. They are inviolate. They do not change. On ne change pas ça. We don't change this. And then for il pluriel, we have eux. So any place you would use them for il pluriel, meaning masculine or mixed group. And then we have elle pluriel, which is them for elle pluriel. Strangely, elle and elle pluriel don't seem to also have changes. Okay? So what might you use these for? In French, you might use them to point out somebody. C'est moi, it's me. C'est vous, it's you guys. So they have some different uses. Simply know that they exist. Okay. So you might see something like c'est lui qui aime le foot, for instance. It's him who likes football, which is a little bit awkward in English, but in French this is perfectly fine. Let's see. You could have toi et moi. Nous n'aimons pas le foot. So you and me, we don't. We don't like soccer. So this could be a thing that you actually, see in French. And a lot of times you'll see this repeated subject. Okay? So, Claire et vous, vous allez au parc. For instance, Claire and all of you, or you, polite, you are going to the park. So these are some of the ways you may actually see these used in French. Be on the lookout for them, know that they exist, and be able to recognize them. Okay? Ça c'est tout. Puis, à l'indice. So let's go to the index and then add this. This will be the last entry on this page for me. So, pour moi, c'est la dernière ligne, c'est for the last line. Okay, 13, 11, 16, les pronoms disjonctifs. Ça, c'est la page 35, 36. Bon ben, ça c'est tout. Merci, au revoir.